You're listening to the Almost F1 podcast, a show where fast cars meet faster, less informed opinions. I'm Jonathan, he's Gage, and together we break down Formula One with a mix of race day analysis, bad predictions, and the occasional hot take that probably won't age that well. Let's fucking go. Welcome to the Almost F1 podcast. I'm Jonathan.
And I'm Gage.
Y'all be sure to hit us up on our socials on Instagram at Almost F1 Pod, on YouTube at the Almost F1 Podcast. Today, we'll be talking about Valtteri going to Cadillac, foot surgery, impacts to daily life, and fucked up mind games in the sport. First thing on foot surgery, dude. I even wrote in my notes, it sucks, but I'd honestly be lying if I played it off like this sucks. It's not that bad. Like, it would suck if I didn't have free healthcare. Shout out VA, appreciate y'all. VA Boston, y'all are fucking top notch. That would suck if I had to pay for it, but this isn't bad, dude. Shout out Massachusetts, paid FMLA. I get to sit at the house and get... It's like 80% of my regular pay or whatever. Yeah. Which I was leaving work so much with appointments and stuff anyway, that honestly the checks are going to balance out to about the same as so I'm not even... I wrote in here, I was going to kind of try to get a little guilt trip going here and say it sucks, but it doesn't. I got a 3-month vacation where I get to sit and focus on the podcast, and it's pretty nice.
Yeah.
This could be hopefully an avenue of income. I'm telling you, as soon as we get like 2 or 3 people listening consistently, I'm dropping some merch. I'm letting it rip. I am fucking letting it rip. Oh God. Oscar got his own grandstands in why am I drawing a blank? Melbourne. Obviously, it's in Melbourne. But fucking round of applause. Yeah. Hang on. I wrote it down here. Oscar Piastri is getting his own grandstands at the Australian Grand Prix. Tickets are going to range from $1,000 for all 4 days, $950 for 2 days, $835 for just Sunday, and $610 for just Saturday. So $1,000 for 4 days, or $50 less for 2 days. Fuck that! I'm for 4 days.
Yeah, full 4 days. Fuck that.
That speaks volumes for the fan base he's already built. He's only been in the sport for 3. Next year will be his 4th year, I think. Actually, as a driver, I think this is his 3rd year with McLaren.
Yeah, because he was with Alpine.
So yeah, I mean that speaks volumes to his like fan base and shit. Because they look into all that before they commit all the money to that. If it'll be like supported enough.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're taking a gamble, but I don't think they are with him.
No.
I think it's pretty.
Well,
I think it's a pretty safe bet to. Especially if that price is true and it's $1,000 for 4 days, it's not cheap, but it's not expensive in terms of F1 tickets.
Mm-mm.
In terms of F1 tickets, and if you know what, I'm glad we're on this fucking goddamn topic. While we're talking about it, while we're talking about F1 venues, good job Australian Grand Prix apparently, but right now, hang on, I got it right here somewhere. Where I'm gonna fucking you just wait a goddamn minute. Oh, I took it out of here because I didn't think anybody give a fuck. But now I'm mad about it again. I'm gonna bitch about it. The fucking Canadian Grand Prix that when I went, what better platform to bitch? You know what happened on that fucking trip. What better platform to bitch about that? I wrecked my car going up there, first off. I hit a fucking goddamn guardrail. That pissed me off. That made me bank on that trip being worth it, and it was not.
Yeah.
I left here. It's like a 6.5 hour drive from here. I left. And I don't remember if my phone or my vape or something flew over into the fucking passenger side floorboard. And when I reached over to pick it up,
Yeah.
I look up, and I'm like 6 inches from a guardrail. There's nothing I can do. And wham! Right again. I swerved back over into my lane. It's on like a curvy mountain road going up through, I think it was like the northern part of Vermont where it happened. It was close to the Canadian border.
Yeah.
And, yeah, so smacked the guardrail. From then on, I'm like, all right, this trip better be worth however much it's going to cost to fix that.
Yeah.
And then I get there. I stay in a shitty motel. I say that kindly. The people were nice, but low-key is a shitty motel. And I didn't realize how far away from the fucking track it was. I was like 45 minutes from the track. So when I had to drive there, yeah. I didn't realize that when my dumbass booked it. I was too excited about going. I was like, cha-ching! Let's go! And, yeah. So it's a long-ass fucking drive from the track to the motel anyway. And on... Was it Friday? I think I went Friday. So the whole way I did this was to... Like, I bought my tickets, like, one day at a time. I think I bought more tickets while I was there for Sunday. I think I was only going to go for quali or something or other, and then I found tickets last minute. I was watching the scalpers at the last minute, the people that swoop them all up at first.
Yeah.
They'll fucking, like, at the very, very last minute, and sometimes even right after the event starts, they'll post that shit, like, dirt cheap. And so that's what I was waiting on. On Friday, I was waiting on Saturday and Sunday tickets. And they came up for, like, $120 for both days. And I was like, sweet, let's go. I'll take that. And so then I show up on Friday, and there's not that many people. It's pretty busy for a practice session day, but, like, there's not that many people there. And it was pretty hard to find a spot, but I felt confident because I found, like, an open section of fence, me and a bunch of other people. Yeah. So I was like, oh, I can get back in here. I showed up for qualifying on Saturday. No shot. No fucking chance. And the greedy fucks that run the Canadian GP, they keep that black
tarp thing.
That black tarp fabric they put like around construction sites and shit.
Yeah.
They put that shit up everywhere, and people are going around poking holes in it and slitting it, as I think they fucking rightly should. If I paid for a general admission ticket, I should be able to see the goddamn track from wherever there's open visibility. Not just where you choose to allow open visibility. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck that, dude. Dude, that's the only thing about F1 that pisses me off is how they don't give a fuck about the fan experience for the fans that can't afford champagne.
Yeah.
And I can't say that it's very track dependent. I told you, they say that COTA is fucking amazing with general admission tickets.
Yeah.
But I'll be goddamned if I ever go back to Canada again. I'll be fucking damned. I'm not wasting... Dude, if I had bought a passport just for that trip, I would email the Canadian government for a refund. That they owe me a refund for my United States passport that I got for their... If that was the only reason I got it, I'm that salty about it. I need a fucking refund.
Yeah.
I want my goddamn money back. I'm glad I got to vent about that. I've been holding on to that for a fucking while.
Also, another thing with the new 2026 cars. So supposedly there's supposed to be a second slower per lap than
the current regulation cars or whatever.
Cars, yeah.
I saw that. I think my takeaway or whatever, my theory on that is that there'll be a second a lap slower at first. There'll be a second a lap slower in Bahrain testing.
Yeah.
I think by the time we get to the third or fourth race of the year, there'll be upgrades and development packages either already on the cars or in development and close to being on the cars.
Yeah.
That they will well exceed these cars in lap time.
Yeah.
I think they will. They're smaller, they're nimbler. I think the horsepower is the same. I know the split is being changed from how the battery deploys. We were just talking about that earlier, or listening to them talk about that earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So I know it'll be like a 50-50 split with the battery and stuff, but I don't know. I think the cars will be... I think the lap times will get quicker than the cars we're running now, like overall.
Yeah.
I think, because right now, everybody's at stage 1 of development, or stage 0 even. of development.
Yeah, because I mean they haven't really.
You don't have shit till you have it on track.
Yeah, testing it.
Because a big thing they talk about with cars being an issue with like how effective upgrades are is called correlation between real world. You know what CFD is? The computational fluid dynamics, or whatever. It's basically a wind tunnel on a computer.
Yeah, no, I've seen it.
You've seen it? Okay.
Yeah, I've seen it, but
so they'll design the cars and shit. They'll have like a whole 3D model and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They'll have that, and then the actual wind tunnel, and all of that data has to correlate together to actually translate to on-track performance. And like, I think it was Mercedes for a while were having a lot of trouble with that, with getting their wind tunnel and their CFD to correlate with their actual car.
Yeah.
So the more teams are able, whichever team correlates the best all around between those three factors, the wind tunnel, CFD, and the actual car, is probably and has the best power unit. It's going to come out on top. It'll be Mercedes. It'll be Cadillac in 2 years, baby. I know it.
Yeah.
I just know it.
I would give Cadillac probably 4 years.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Probably
That's probably more realistic. But
probably 4 years, yeah.
Probably so.
That would be some shit though if they came straight in and dominating shit though.
It'd be insane. Especially with a Ferrari engine, I'd be a little bit like, no. Alright, so question, just right off the cuff. What do you think we should, and maybe we've already talked about it, so you'll steal my answer. I don't remember. What should we do with Monaco to keep it relevant? Because right now they're cutting a lot of tracks off the calendar. Spa is even on a rotational basis now. It's like every other year. So with them cutting a lot of historical tracks and shit, I'm not one that says we should cut Monaco. But there are those voices out there saying that. What do you think we should do with it to keep it relevant, to keep it entertaining? Because that's all this is, entertainment.
It kind of would suck because, in a way, it shows, like how experienced some of the drivers are, especially being on them tight ass fucking roads.
Oh, it definitely takes fucking. But now, I feel like now it's been proven that guys can come in their first year in F1 and put good lap times down in Monaco. I think it's a different world now than it was back then. Back then, you came into Monaco never having driven it. Now these kids are coming in having putting thousands of laps in on it already. On sim.
True.
So I think I'm not saying the skill is taken away from Monaco. I think the casting net that is the skill set has been cast broader because of the sim world. You see what I'm saying? Before, the only way to get the skill set was to race Monaco.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
now, you can get the skill set, not necessarily at home on our sim, but in their multi-million-dollar simulators, they can absolutely get that experience on the track. Now, you still have to apply it to the real track. It is still completely different. It is still a whole nother experience from like doing it in the sim. I'll say that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's why and it's a funeral procession now every year. If you get pole on Saturday, you win the race.
You got a point. Unless there's some
Saturday is the race. For Monaco weekend, Saturday is the race.
Yeah, and it's not really so I kind of,
Which is also killing their visibility because the Indy 500 runs on the same weekend, I'm pretty sure. And if they don't keep viewers attracted on Sunday, as in if you know who wins on Saturday because of who got pole, you don't need to come back Sunday to watch, and you got Alex Palou running the Indy 500 you'd rather watch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So how do you solve that problem of just having the entertainment value?
Oh.
I have a solution.
What?
You go ahead.
Only thing I could think of, and I don't even know if that's even fucking possible, is like widening up the roads where
That was my thought.
A little bit to where you can overtake.
Yes, that was my thought, and I don't even think it's that crazy of a thought because
or not even widen the roads.
Monaco is constantly being expanded
Yeah.
out into the ocean. They're constantly building new. There's a word for it. I don't know the word for it, but building new land basically. So in theory, but I think what you run into there is people that. Because even last year on the F1 broadcast, they were like, this track engineer has laid out these images of where he could just make key changes at Monaco that could really spark some overtaking and da-da-da-da-da. So I think it's like half and half in terms of people open to changing the track and other people want to leave it where it's at and not fuck with it at all, which I respect both, but my solution? A 23 race calendar. A 23 race championship calendar with 24 races on it.
Okay.
What I mean by that,
Elaborate.
Monaco is null and void as a championship race. The championship points do not count in Monaco. Positions, I'm not going to say don't matter. I'm sure if any of them line up to race anywhere, positions always matter. So I'm not going to say that, but it wouldn't be for any championship points. It would be an annual karting race in Monaco for charity. And one organization every year gets naming rights to the race, the big banner sponsorships across the front of the racetrack and whatever.
Yeah.
And not only is it all 22 next year, not only is it all 22 F1 drivers, it is also all 20 or 22, however many it is, F2 drivers, all on the same grid in equal carts. Everybody in the same, it's all, spec shifter carts. And they're just, Max is going to win, we know. But, imagine, think about it. St. Jude could be, there are billions of dollars worth of deals being done at Monaco every year. For the people that attend Monaco, it's not a race. It is a business it's a business gathering. It's a meeting. They're making a deal. They're signing something. They're signing somebody. It's all business.
Yeah.
Nobody's really there for entertainment outside of the 0.1%. So to say the money's not there to at least do some fucking good with it, so at least those little greedy fucks can feel a little better sitting out there on their super yachts in the harbor watching the race. Have all the profit from the race every year go to charity. And it's a full-on go-kart race.
Yeah.
I'd beg for 4 of those a year. I'd want so much more of that.
Yeah, but the thing is I guess probably from how they would look at it is like how are they gonna benefit from it from you know what I'm saying?
You haven't said anything yet. I don't. Who is they?
The FIA, the whole
F1, the organization.
Yeah, the whole organization.
They benefit because on Sunday, when everybody could be tuned in to the Indy 500, everybody's watching Monaco, and they're getting broadcasting it because they're still making money off ads. I'm not saying there wouldn't be any ad placement around this track. What I'm saying is that how at some races it's the Heineken Grand Prix, the Heineken Zandvoort Grand Prix or whatever.
Yeah.
You would get the St. Jude Monaco Grand Prix.
Oh, okay.
And then you would still have all your other sponsors and whatever else and your commercial rights for TV and everything else. But now, on Sunday, instead of everybody going over to Indy 500 because they know who got pole on Saturday,
yeah,
and we can still do hot laps on Saturday because that's all it is. It's all anybody's there for. It's for hot laps on Saturday.
Yeah.
We can do time laps on Saturday, and you know, if we want to do half championship points for that, sure, let's do that. You know,
yeah,
I'm down with that. If all the drivers get on board with it, all the team, if everybody is on board with it, I see no reason not to do it that way. to me, that, of course, it's my idea. That's why I think it's the best. But to me, that's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Dude, I would love to watch them. And imagine you're an F2 driver and you get to sling go-karts around with Fernando Alonso.
Bro.
And Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen. Like, you'd be creaming all over yourself. Dude, you'd be sliding out of your seat. You'd be going, oh, dude. Oh. So that's my suggestion for Monaco. That's why when I was waiting on your answer, I was like, I can't let me go. Let me in, coach. Let me in.
Thing is, the Monaco track's pretty big, ain't it?
Like lengthwise?
Yeah, like.
Yeah.
How?
They wouldn't have any problem with it. Hell, they could even refuel. We could do refueling pit stops. That'd be dope.
Yeah.
That's begging for a fire. I don't think we could do that.
Yeah.
But no, I guarantee you shifter cars could make solid 10, 15 laps around Monaco.
Yeah. Probably. Yeah.
That's all we need. I mean, who's really... And then we'll have a awesome F1 TV does the pre... By the way, anybody in the UK that might listen to this, shout out to y'all. I feel for y'all that y'all can't get F1 TV. I'm really sorry. It's dope. It's awesome. If you can get a VPN, it's worth it. F1 TV is the shit. They do the pre-show.
Is band over there?
Yeah, so the BBC, I think it's British Broadcasting Company, I think is what it stands for. Same people that ran Top Gear and everything. But they lobbied with the British government to keep certain other streaming services and stuff banned. It happens over here with us too. There's stuff we're not allowed to have because we're not allowed to have certain Chinese cars and stuff because American car makers lobby our government to not let us have them. China's fucking leaps and bounds ahead of us in terms of cars and in terms of affordability.
Yeah.
We just can't get them.
Yeah.
Same reason there's an import delay on certain imports. You got to wait 15, 20 years for yeah.
Like
So it's all car companies lobbying the government.
Yeah.
2015, there was a law called Citizens. This is not going to be a politics podcast, I promise. But in 2015, there was a law called Citizens United. Maybe it's 2005. It was one of those 5 years. But there was a law called Citizens United that was passed that basically allowed corporations to be treated as individuals, as people, as humans, as a person, rather than an entity that would be responsible for a group of people. And that's as far as I'm going to go into it because I'm not getting into politics here, but it's cascaded from that, and now we have lobbyists that ban it's all, and it's also to keep the economy in check and supply. It's a whole fucking thing. But anyway, back to the fun side of the world. I had this thought hit me the other day because I think about Liam Lawson often, and not in a gay way, you know. Yeah, sure. Maybe a little. It may be a little gay, but it's okay. But no, I was thinking about how he got treated at Red Bull, dude. After the more I go back, like in retrospect, some things get more rational.
Yeah.
This does not. 2 races is absurd. 2 races is absolutely. I compared this to when I was 14. I was 14 or 15. I had a little dirt bike. I think it was like a 150 that I got from my cousin. I told you the story the other day. I got this little dirt bike from my cousin, and I ordered a new carburetor for it. Why did you just moan so sexually like that?
I burped.
Okay, it sounded like you just... Oh my god. This boy getting horny over here. I had to edit all this out. I gotta start over. This motherfucker drooling in the microphone.
No, I was burping. I don't know why the fuck this is.
Have you seen that clip? I just saw it. It's somebody commentating over some Formula One race. It was one of the ones this season. But the guy's doing a voiceover of it, and he's speaking Spanish or something, but he's got a super deep voice, and it just sounds like it's coming all over himself when he's talking. He's just like, it's hilarious, dude. It's one of my favorite videos. We're funny, dude. Don't fucking spit it out. Swallow it, dummy. Don't make me a pop of Mentos in there. So, what I was saying. Oh yeah, I was gay for Liam Lawson. That's what we were talking about. No, seriously, after 2 races is insane. And I compared it to when I was 14 or 15, I had a dirt bike. And I got it from my cousin for like $300. And it needed a carburetor. And I ordered it off eBay. It came in.
eBay?
Yeah, eBay. Is that what I said? Yeah, eBay. Yeah, you know the place.
Uh-huh.
And it came in, and I had never installed a carburetor on anything before, so I asked my stepdad, I was like, yo, what do I do? So he helped me get it on there, whatever, and then he left it to me to, adjust it and get it going right and firing right, yada yada, blah blah blah, the whole thing. And what he told me was for the carburetor adjustment screw to turn the screw all the way closed, back off a half a turn. I think it was a half a turn, and then from there go back a quarter of a turn every time as needed. If the bike wouldn't fire up, or if it, whatever, or if it fired up and ran to region and turn it down a quarter turn, like do everything by quarter turn adjustments.
Yeah. I
now remember him saying that to me. After 30 minutes of not getting the bike started, I got impatient and said, 3 turns. Wide the fuck open. I didn't know that. And kickstart, nothing. Kickstart, nothing. Kickstart, nothing. And then it wouldn't go again. So I'm like, all right, let me try to get a rolling start. And I run, drop it in first gear, nothing would happen. Run, drop it in first gear, nothing would happen. Well then, my homeboy on the 4-wheeler came over, shout out Levon, and I said, hey man, tie this rope to the back of your 4-wheeler. I will tie it to the handlebars of my dirt bike, and when you pull me, I'll drop it in gear, and this thing will get going. And then I'll clutch you in, hold the thing, do whatever, untie the rope, and be on about my merry way, get the carburetor adjusted after that, after I get it running, and
Yeah.
So I tie the rope. Unfortunately. He started pulling me. Unfortunately. In first gear, I could hear the piston going up and down in the engine. Trying to go, and it would. So I'm like, fuck it. Up in the second gear. I looked at my buddy, I said, speed up! And he sped up. And when it fucking fired off in second gear, that throttle was wide open. I zipped by my buddy on the 4-wheeler before I can even think to try to untie the rope or hit a kill switch or hit a brake or do anything. I am hanging on to this fucking bike as it takes off of me. And I very quickly got to the end of my rope at about 40 miles an hour. The bike went sideways. I stayed in the shape, if you can picture me, I stayed in the shape
of the bike,
of me on the bike,
yeah,
but in the air with no bike. It looked like somebody photoshopped the bike out from underneath me. And then just wham, right on like old country road, rough asphalt. You've been on my mom's road before they redid it. It was rough. I mean, right on a scorpion slid on the side of my helmet and on the palms of my hands. That same homie, Levon, has still got my helmet. Actually, no, he doesn't. I got it back and gave it to my nephew now. But on that helmet, you can see the road that still stuck to it, where I slid like on the side top of my head. Only thing on the ground for like 30 feet was my palms and the side of my head. I was just waist was all airborne.
Shit.
And that is what I compare Liam Lawson's 2 races at Red Bull to. I very much relate him to getting pulled off of his fucking bike. His bike got photoshopped out from underneath it. Go look at his palms in the next press conference.
Damn.
Steak can't be a part of the name sponsor in Zandvoort because of online gambling rules.
Okay.
Yep. So, well, like if I go to Arkansas, I can't get on my DraftKings app because it's illegal in that state. DraftKings checks my location before they let me place any bets. I can look at all the odds and everything, just can't place any bets. And same deal goes for places like that, I guess. They have they're strict on online gambling, I guess, and that's state can't be the name sponsor.
Damn.
I understand the hesitation to online, like for countries and states to allow online gambling, because like it is a pretty self-destructive addiction with some people, and you're just giving them free reign, no holds bar access to it, at the tip of their fingers. I get that part of it, but on the other hand of it, I have gambled with less than $30 in a calendar year and had a blast. I bet $1 and win $2. I'm like, yeah, I'm free. Hey.
Yeah.
But for some people, it's more of a problem than that.
Yeah.
Some people are betting $500 and putting their mortgage on it, and risking big every time, and yeah.
2,500 here.
Do you have any nationalism with the Cadillac seat? What I mean by that is like, does it matter to you if there's an American driver there, or would you rather just have a good driver there? If he so happens to be American, that's good for the brand, but I don't really care.
Me neither. It doesn't really...
I had zero. I was listening to a podcast the other day from some British fellas. Shout out Late Breaking. Anyway. Yeah, I don't give a shit about having an American driver. It would be cool, but if there's anything I've learned, again, not a political podcast, but if there's anything that I've learned is that nationalism, just for the sake of nationalism, is not healthy. It's not good. It's not good to be like, oh, it's from America, it's good. It's from the U.S. for goddamn, hey, brother. Oh, man, no.
Yeah.
I don't get with that mindset.
No, like, I'm actually so...
I love the driver lineup.
Yeah.
But, that's what I was getting at. Yeah, the Late Breaking podcast, I heard them talking about, they wonder how the American fans feel about the driver lineup and if we care, but no. N-O. We don't give a fuck. We want quality drivers. A.K.A. Checo and Valtteri.
Valtteri mainly. Like, I like...
He's my boy. But also, I feel like I owe it to Checo to have him be my boy, at least for the first year or two. Because I really heavily criticized him. Speaking of Checo, dream golf foursome.
What?
Dream, like, golf group you want to go golf with.
Oh.
Yeah, trust me. When I hear it too, they say it weird. Golf course. If anybody listens to this that runs a golf course or understands the fucking culture, can y'all explain that of why the fuck they call it a threesome and a foursome when you go out in groups of threes and fours? It's weird. It's really weird.
It's weird as fuck.
Anyway, clearing that up. But still gonna leave it in the clip for clickbait. Dream golf foursome. Me, because I have to be there. Checo, Lando, and Liam. Just because those are the ones I know golf and I know I'd enjoy hanging out with.
I would have to say Louis George and and probably
George would be funny.
Probably Yuki.
They make clothes long enough for George's long, strangly ass. I wonder if he needs special length clothes made. Well, I'm sure they all technically. I know they all get measured for their clothes and shit. I'm sure Yuki would be fun. He'd be a fun.
Yeah.
He'd be a fun little intro to the crowd.
Yeah, that'd be funny as fuck.
Damn, I went for like the cool guys. You went for the funny motherfuckers. You're gonna have way more fun than me.
Well,
I don't know. I feel like I heard Checo can be funny. I heard that motherfucker's hilarious behind the scenes.
I don't know. Like, yeah, but it would have to be out of George or Max.
Max would be I want to take George and Max.
George, Max, and fucking.
We'd have a new golf course fight video. Dude, Max would be hilarious. Did you see the video of him recently? He was on
the golf course
when he was like overtaking.
Yeah.
His wife's like, Max, no! Her fiance. I'm sorry, I think it's fiance, but whatever.
Yeah.
She's like, Max.
She's like, the baby girl, Penelope's just sitting over there.
Dude, I love trolling. Not even trolling, just getting in comments and fighting with people, especially over dumb shit. Somebody commented, said something about, that was not very smart, especially with a child in the vehicle. Hey, do you know who the fuck you're talking about? Shut up, bitch. He's got a hold of a golf cart, I promise.
It's a fucking golf cart.
But I replied to their comment, I said, wah, wah, God forbid the kid has a good time. You fuck, dude. Some people, the way they, just want to pull people through Instagram comments sometimes. Bitch! Wham! Wham! I want to physically abuse them. Did you get your answers to the questions I sent you? You got your answers ready? Motherfucker didn't do his homework. Look, you can tell. You can always tell when a motherfucker didn't do his homework. Did you? Let me look. No, you know. You know. Yeah. Go ahead. I'll give you a minute.
Alright, so if every team principal had to compete in bare knuckle boxing tournament, who wins and why? My top three would be, well, first it's got to be Toto, and then it's going to be Zach, and then the third one would be...
That sounds like a straight up fart. I want you to duck, or whatever the fuck that, I couldn't even recreate it. Like you said, Toto, Zach, and fucking...
So,
sorry, who's the third?
on the grid now, or
Team principal.
Christian?
He still kind of counts.
Yeah,
Because we don't know when we're about to see him again. It ain't gonna be long before we see him again.
It's got to be Toto, Zach, and Christian.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't know. I think Christian might beat the shit out of Zach. Christian's pretty scrappy. I think Zach could outmarket him. I think he could outmaneuver him.
Yeah.
You know, like if we're talking corporate strategic maneuvering or whatever, I got Zach Brown all day.
Yeah.
But Toto's going to reign supreme over everybody. I had Toto at first place too. He's easily the strongest, and we always hear about him being the most in shape or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's got the longest reach. He can just hold everybody out. You know when they like hold somebody out by the forehead, like how they palm a basketball,
When
and the people are just like windmill swinging, trying to fucking hit the guy. Toto would just do that to both of them. Second, I had Fred Pursuer. He looks fucking stout and like he has a mean right hook, and he just needs to connect one time. He looks like Humpty Dumpty, but I think that right hook's built like a shit brick house. I do.
Yeah, I could see it.
Third, I had James Vowles because he learned everything he knows from Toto, and I wouldn't be surprised if some martial arts was in there too. Toto just grabs him by the back of the collar like a like a mother does to the little puppies or whatever, like the extra skin on the back of the neck. Just picks them up, carries them up. Come on, James. We'll go here, James. Come on. I will protect you.
Oh, shit.
Alright. Next one. If the FIA let each driver bring one illegal weapon into a race, what would your driver pick? I only had 2 for this one, but I put Max would just strap Yoss to the top of his car and go and go full Plan C from fucking the F1 movie on everybody. Second would be Valtteri, who would have a sniper rifle on a swivel mount right in front of his cockpit. Shout out Red Flags Podcast. If you know, you know.
Oh shit. Okay. Lewis would bring a fucking
samurai katana.
That was a fucking katana. No, the ones that used to have the long ass.
Bro,
they're like fucking swords or some shit.
What culture is the sword from? Japanese? Is it like a ninja sword?
No, it's
like what the Royal Navy would use back in the day.
Yeah,
like an old saber, like a fucking.
I feel like Lewis. That's what
Lewis pulls up to the pits. He's just like, "Hang on, ahoy, halt there!
Oh,
you shall take no further steps.
The way
I will behead thee."
Oh, Max is just gonna pull up with a Glock.
Yeah, he's not playing. He's not playing the game. What's the scene where it's an Indiana Jones with a fucking guy is bouncing all around and doing all these jumps and these flips and shit, and he starts running. I think he's got like dual wielding machetes or some, in like Middle Eastern culture, you see their version of the katana or samurai sword, whatever, but it's like a big wide blade at the end. He's like throwing those around, right? He's going crazy with them. And Indiana Jones is just watching the whole time. And as soon as he starts running up, Indiana Jones, boom, with a pistol. Just dropped his ass.
Yeah, that would be Max.
It's going to be Max.
That would be
Just
Max.
go right to the fucking point.
Third, probably Yuki and some TNT.
God damn. Just blow the track up behind him or somebody else?
No, blow the second Red Bull car up.
I'm done here. Alright. Last one. I bet we both have the same answer for this one. I pretty much banked on us having the same answer for this one. If the FIA banned steering wheels and everybody had to use Xbox controllers instead, who wins?
Max.
Yeah. Easy.
Max.
He's a gamer.
Well, but also Lando and fucking...
Yeah, but Max. It's Max.
Yeah.
We can, but do all we want, but it's Max. And we all know it's Max.
Yeah.
So the mind games. This is one of the things I wanted to get to. In 2021, when I wish we were fucking fans. I wish we were watching that season. That is one that does live in history, but will continue to live.
If we would have watched that live, if we would have been...
Oh, you'd have been on the floor fucking crying.
No, I'd have fucked something up. I'd have put my fist through something.
I'd have been out in the front yard drinking and fucking shooting flares off and celebrating. And...
I'd have lost my fucking marbles.
The mind games in 2021 were absolutely insane. So Max's performance coach, Bradley Scanes, went on the High Performance podcast, said he would make Max intentionally take longer to get ready to talk to the media and stuff after the race, so that Lewis had to start waiting on Max, and to get into Lewis's head that way. It's just that simple of a thing. But up until that point, Max always had to be the one waiting around for Lewis to get ready for the media and shit, because he wanted to change out his clothes and fix his hair up and all that shit, get his own jewelry on, like all this fucking shit, which fine, I get, but And then there was another instance where Max was inspecting Lewis's rear wing on the Mercedes, where he got out of the car. I don't know what race it was, but there's a video of it. He gets out of the car, and you can't touch a competitor's car. You can't touch another competitor's car. It's a $50,000 fine.
Yeah.
That was strategic. Max planned that with the team before he even went out there that day. Maybe it was after. I think it was after a quality session. I don't think it was after a race. But he planned that when he went out there that day. He was like, I'm going to take that $50,000 lick on the chin just to get in their fucking head, just to rile them up and piss them off and get under their fucking skin. And he did. He got under Toto and Lewis's skin, and they filed a protest and made a big fucking. They focused on it and took all their energy off other shit for a little while. And that was their whole point. It was purely just to fuck with them. Did the whole pay $50,000 just to fuck with them. Coordinated it with the team and everything. It is just one example of the intense fucking mind games.
Yeah, it's 50 G's ain't
from
that. That's pocket change.
But if you think about it, you're betting those 50. You're basically betting those 50 G's that it's going to be worth it for you to win the world championship at the end of the year, which is tens of millions. So you're basically betting on yourself, which good bet, I guess. Obviously, I'd say. So, breaking news, this just came out today. I screenshotted and sent it to you earlier. Alex Palou going to Red Bull.
Yeah.
Do you think it's possible? Do you think it could actually happen?
I think it could happen, but I mean, then again, when you have Max, it's gonna be another. Well, Christian's not the team principal.
Christian's not there. We don't know what the culture is going to be like at Red Bull now.
True.
So, and granted, some of that culture could derive from Max and his dad and Max's ensemble and how aggressive they are with. It's going to be Max's way or the fucking highway. That probably inspired a lot of the culture that became toxic with under Christian. But I can guarantee you now, Max is very happy to have an engineering mind in charge that he can actually explain the details of the car to and exactly what it's doing, instead of having to go to Christian, who was fantastic with spinning the media optics and running the PR campaigns and great with that aspect, fantastic with the marketing, even great at running the team, obviously.
Yeah.
But at the end, it's just pure toxicity. And nobody could live within that. Sergio couldn't live within that, and I don't blame him. Nobody so far has been able to live within that.
I think
Alex Palou coming over, he has, let's go over some stats real quick. 4 IndyCar titles.
So he's tied with Max. Well,
it's a little different. It's a little different context to IndyCar.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get to it. Alex Palou, this was the article that came across to me first. Alex Palou, fresh from securing his 4th IndyCar title, is now strongly linked with a sensational move to Red Bull Racing. Reports from the Indianapolis Star says the Spaniard is on the short list to partner Max Verstappen in 2026. This story is still developing. I pulled that from at Grand Prix on Instagram, but they sourced, like I said, Indianapolis Star.
Wait.
But, what?
If he's going to be partnering with Max in 26, where does that leave Yuki?
Out on his ass, more than likely, unless he can secure a seat somewhere else. And that's not me saying it as in I want him out on his ass. I just think that's where he's going to be. I think he's, unfortunately, he's going to be the sacrifice that Red Bull has to make. It's not going to be Isaac.
Yeah,
Isaac doesn't want to go to Red Bull in 26.
Mm-mm.
And we don't want him to go to Red Bull in 26. Red Bull Racing, leave him alone.
I lied.
But you said you were gonna leave him alone. I lied. But he's won 4 IndyCar titles, 2021, and then 2023, 24, and 25. So he's on a 3-peat right now. Going for another title in 26, I'm sure, if he doesn't go with Red Bull Racing. That puts him as one of, if not the youngest multi-title winners ever in the series. Because it's a spec series. All those cars are the same, basically. Aside from setup and weight and whatever else. They can change the weight depending on how much, like if the driver doesn't have any water on board or something. Like I don't know enough about IndyCar to speak on it, but all I know is to have 4 titles overall is impressive, but 3 of them being consecutive in a spec series is dominating. And he's been going on a generational run this year that I don't even watch IndyCar, and I've been hearing about. He won like 8 races in a row or some shit like that, which is just in completely dominating force. It wasn't even a question. People were going into races with the same mindset they had with Max in 23 of, we know who's winning this one. Let's just see who's second, third, fourth, you know.
Yeah.
So, if there's anybody that's going to cross over from a different series and come partner Max, it'd have to be him. He's also the first Spaniard to ever win the Indy 500. Fernando Alonso tried in 2019, but they crashed his car. I don't know if he crashed it or somebody else was driving it in practice. What I read wasn't clear on it. But it got crashed in practice, and then it didn't get set up properly. Allegedly, the mistuned gear ratios were the issue, and it made the car completely undrivable. And Fernando couldn't even really compete for his Indy 500 shot. He took a little break from F1. That's when he went and competed at Le Mans, and then he went and tried his hand at the Indy 500, and he got fucked by mechanical issues.
Damn.
So he could have been the first Spaniard to do it, but Palou was. So I'll be excited to see him come over, dude. That'll be the first time in our fandom, but I think in a long time that anybody's really crossed over that way. You know, we've seen like Romain Grosjean went and drives IndyCar. We've seen him cross over that way, but the other from there to F1 we haven't seen yet. We personally.
Yeah, no.
So I'm excited to see that. That'll be really fucking cool to me.
Max is gonna walk his ass either way it goes. So.
All right, probably more than likely. I have no doubt in Max until Max shows a crack, which he never has in almost 10 years or over 10 years. He's 2015, so right at 10 years in the sport. All right, let's get on to hot takes. What's your hot take?
My hot take would be Aston Martin is just a green Red Bull with no future once Alonso leaves.
Yeah.
And I think that would be pretty accurate unless they got.
I feel that.
Unless they were somehow able to sign Max or sign some kind of experience.
Like crazy talent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even then.
Because I
don't know though. We'll see. We'll see what starts to transpire this next year. But so far, every time they threaten to be good, it's they're not.
They just fall back.
They're not.
Yeah, they just fall back.
That's a good one. Mine, Cadillac race winner in their first year is the power of Checo. Because if he could drag that pink piece of shit BWT, whatever the fuck it was, Alpine back in 2000, whatever the fuck, if he could drag that piece of shit from the back all the way to the front, there's going to be a lot of reliability issues next year.
Yeah.
We talked about this yesterday. A lot of cars are going to go boom. And hopefully, fingers crossed, Ferrari has a reliable, if not powerful engine. If it's not the fucking the cream of the crop, I would hope that it's at least dependable. It's not going to be the cream of the crop. Mercedes is. We know this. But,
Yeah.
But I hope that it at least doesn't fucking take a shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
They need to give Lewis some kind of fucking chance to even compete.
We'll see what what happens next year. They may have given up on this year's car altogether. The way Lewis has been talking and shit, the car is just not there.
Shit.
And if they honestly invest money in it at this point, it's stupid. It's a waste of money. They should ride the rest of this year out and just cut their losses.
Because they somehow managed to fucking. They're still in the lead of the.
Well, they're second in the constructors.
Yeah, well,
somehow
they're still. Yeah, they're second in constructors and settle with that for this year at least. I don't know how the fuck they got second.
It could be. I was gonna say it could be a lot worse for them.
Yeah.
When you look at how they performed this year, and then you look at they're in second, you have to double take and make sure everything's adding up right. Because it's not. If you just looked at them on a race by race basis, they're not. It doesn't seem as though they're doing that well, but the points are there. It doesn't lie. The numbers are there. They've done it. I don't know how.
Yeah.
How far back is? Let me look. Let me look how far back the next constructor is. Mercedes is only 24 points behind them, so they run a very real risk of losing second. Now Red Bull's only at 194 points. Ferrari's at 260. That's still a pretty close gap. So they do run the risk of ending up fourth by the end of the year if they just shit can the rest of this year.
Yeah.
So for your sake and Ferrari fans' sake, fingers crossed. I'm hoping for you.
Shit.
And this is the last thing I really wanted to get to was Zandvoort. You know, they're hosting their last F1 race in 26, which I knew, but I feel like I must have forgotten about because when I read that again, I was like, what the fuck? But
yeah,
that's the case for now.
That's bullshit.
But what they're looking at is bringing in NASCAR and IndyCar into there. And we talked about this a little bit the other day. But I want F1 to stay.
I want F1 that's a good ass track.
But I am also pumped for NASCAR and IndyCar to come in. If they start racing on some, and you know, this is my F1 fanboy favoritism showing. If they start racing on some of these iconic tracks that they race on this circuit, I might tune in for a race or two more a year than I do.
Yeah.
Right now, I'll truth be told, I might watch one IndyCar or NASCAR race a year. I don't
even watch them.
I can't keep up with them, and when I do keep up with them, it's nothing interesting to me. I would need somebody. I have had people very passionate about both try to explain it to me, and I'm just like, yeah, but Max, can they beat Max? Okay, then leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing about F1. I am a fucking nerd. I am a fucking dork. I want to know what angle they're running suspension swing arms at. I want to know how much camber they're running on these cars. I want to know what kind of engineering marvel McLaren has come up with. That hopefully in 5 to 10 years we can find out the exact science of what McLaren has done for their tire cooling. That amazes me. The engineering side of F1 is what blows my mind. The drivers capture me fanatically as a fan, and like with their personalities and with their skill. But the engineering side of it is what made me like drop my fucking jaw and start mouth watering. That's what I enjoy the most. Learning how they've made, seeing the different generations of cars and how they've developed, and how that technology has trickled down into what I did on the segment on the last episode where I did the little thing about wild connections, where where I look and see what connections F1's made to the regular world. And I only listed 2 or 3, but it's countless. If you go back over the course of 50 years, F1 started in 1955, I think, is when the championship started. Maybe it's 51. Somewhere in that time frame. It was right in those few years it started. If you go back from then to now, countless innovations, traction control, ABS. And that's the part that makes me really nerd out about the whole sport and why I can't get as absorbed into other series.
Yeah.
But, that being said, if Zandvoort hosts IndyCar and NASCAR, I will watch that race every year.
I got to thinking about it. The IndyCar, yeah, that would be somewhat okay. NASCAR, imagine fucking slinging them bitches around that fucking...
Oh, I can just see Kyle Larson throwing it in the fucking wall over there right now.
Yeah. Soon as he tops that fucking
There-
corner.
I don't watch NASCAR, but I am chronically on social media. So there's this one NASCAR driver. His name's Carson Hocevar. And that motherfucker is hilarious. He cracks me up. He's got a sim rig in the top of his truck. And he streams. You've seen
that
okay,
dude.
so you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That dude's hilarious. And I guess he's really good at road courses from what I've heard. Maybe I'm thinking of this backwards, but I've heard he's really good at the street circuits and the road courses and stuff. I'd love to watch him go race Zandvoort. That'd be fun. That'd be a lot of fun. But we shall see, because that's all speculative. It's all in the talks and yada yada, whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
Race preview for Zandvoort. I already said in the last episode I predicted Max to win, so I can't back down on that. I don't want to.
I don't even know who I said.
My podium prediction is Max, Oscar, Lando, in that order. And Charles fourth.
Is it going to be a wet race or is it going to be a dry race?
I don't know. There's a 54% chance of rain on Sunday and a 65% chance of rain on Saturday. So, since it is going to be a wet race, I will stand 10 toes down on what the fuck I said. Max, Oscar, Lando. Charles fourth.
I'm going to have to go with Max, Lando, and then Oscar. And then for fourth, either Charles or Lewis. Because Lewis is fucking...
You can't do oars. We can't do oars here. This is our predictions. Who's fourth?
Lewis.
Okay. Alright, and I'm going to close this out going over some DraftKings odds. Betting odds.
Alright.
So, race winner odds. Oscar's plus 120, Lando's plus 125. Both of those, you bet $10, you win $22 or $22.50, depending on which one you bet on. Max is plus 800. So if you bet $10 on Max to win, you win 90. If he wins.
Yeah.
Charles is plus 1100. George is plus 1700. Charles pays out 120. George pays out 180. Podium finishing odds. Lando and Oscar both are minus 700, so you only get 1142 if you put in $10 on them. Because more likely, I guess. I have a hard time understanding the numbers with odds, the minuses and the pluses and stuff. That's why I threw this little $10 that goes to whatever in there, because I don't know if everybody understands odds, because I don't. Max is minus 110 for a podium finish, so $10 gets you $19. Podium finish odds. Lando and Oscar are both minus 700, so $10 will get you $11.42.
Yeah.
Max is minus 110, $10 gets you $19.09. Charles is minus 110 also, so same payout for him. George is plus 165, $10 will pay you $26.50. Lewis is plus 450, $10 will pay you $55. That's the podium finishing odds. So Lewis's odds are not great to even get on the podium.
Yeah.
And then point finishers odds. I just threw this one in for fun. Point finishers odds. Alonso's minus 165, so $10 pays out $16.06. Stroll's plus 200, $10 pays out $30. Gasly's plus 250, $10 pays out $35. And Franco is plus 1,000, $10 pays out $110. I'm going to reiterate that. Between the two teammates, Gasly and Colapinto. Gasly's plus 250, Franco's plus 1,000. So,
shit.
That's going to be it for this episode. That's all we have to talk about. This episode should come out right before... Let me look at the calendar because I'm dumb and can't look at it in my head. This episode is going to come out the Wednesday right before race weekend. So after the race weekend, we should actually have some relevant information to give you guys and not just us pulling shit out of our ass trying to find something to talk about. So hit us up on Instagram at the Almost F1 Pod and YouTube at the Almost F1 Podcast. Appreciate you guys. Thanks.